Hey everyone, I want to tell you a little bit about this new podcast that I've been listening to. It's called That Aged Well. And if you're into nostalgia and you're into Gen X stuff, I highly recommend this podcast. Hosted by comedians and pop culture superfans Paul and Erica, the show revisits 80s and 90s movies and TV shows with hilarious unfiltered commentary and the kind of honest reflection that sneaks up on you right between the laughs. Paul and Erica have covered movies like Batman and Robin, Wizard of Oz, All About Eve. They just did Boogie Nights, and let me tell you guys, that didn't age too well. They've even delved into music videos like Physical by Olivia Newton-John. Oh, God, I remember that one. That was like the gateway to my diet culture as a young kid, but also, you know, you had Get in Shape Girl around that time. I'm even old enough to remember Mousercise. Mickey Mouse had us in diet culture, so there we go. These two crazy kids, Paul and Erica, love pop culture, and they certainly know how to make it fun. You will love That Aged Well if you love Little Miss Recap. So tune in to That Aged Well anywhere you're listening to your podcasts. Little Miss Recap contains adult language and is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Little Miss Recap. My name's Amy. I'm here today with Becca, and I was mid-yawn there when I was coming in.
Oh, no.
Becca, good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm okay. Like, we were just talking about my kids are gone, and I was telling Becca, you know, they went back, and all Christmas break they were here. Like, at first I was happy to have them because they're here for 4 weeks.
It's a long break.
It's a long break. I was very happy to have them the first 2 to 2.5 weeks. And then it started to get a lot. Like, it's just a lot to worry about. It's a lot. Like, it's just a lot because we had really bad weather here. They're out driving around in it. I'm tense all the time. You know, it's a whole thing. So like the last week I was like, oh, I really need this break to be over. I need to get everything back to normal. And then last night I was like crying that I missed them. And Timmy's just ready to murder me. He's like, okay, all right, this is what we're doing now, I guess. So here we are. Yeah, mixed emotions.
It is. It's hard. My 19-year-old son to me last night said, 20 said to me, Mom, when we were little, you used to like make the house all decorative. And he goes, remember the hearts that you would hang up at Valentine's Day? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, you're really kind of slacking on that.
So let me guess. You were equal parts raged, equal part feeling guilty. Do I need to do it? Am I dropping the ball? Am I not a good mother? Yeah, I totally get it.
And then there was also the equal sentimental of like, oh, he does remember.
So I've told this story before. It is so super lame, so buckle in. One thing that I always wanted that I thought was like so financially out of reach for us when we got married was a full glass screen door on my front door.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I'm so pathetic. My mother-in-law had one and I was always like, oh my God, that is so fancy.
Yes.
You could leave your front door open the whole time. So when we moved here and built our house, I had Timmy put one in. I was super excited. So the girls were 7 when we moved in, almost 8. And they were 8, almost 9. I used to buy the jelly clings.
Yes, I know.
Every holiday.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was I would let them decorate the glass door.
Aww.
So like this Christmas, I saw the little Christmas jellies at the store and I was like, should I get them and see if they want to decorate the glass? No, stop. But when I think about things like that, like that's really only the only decorating that I ever did for a lot of holidays. Like Christmas, obviously we do a tree and stuff, but like I don't decorate for Thanksgiving or something. So like I would get the clings though, and they would put them up.
And by decorating, I would just buy like a garland to hang in the kitchen, like window, and like a tablecloth, right? Like little things like that. But we were a family when the boys were little. I don't know how I did this, but from kindergarten to probably middle school, I made them a breakfast every morning before we left.
Yeah. Yeah, I made mine too.
That was just something that was important to me. Like I wanted to leave them in the world with a good breakfast.
Yep.
And so we would sit at the kitchen table, and I think that's the memory of like the tablecloth, and
It's so cute.
It's so cute.
You should surprise them for Valentine's Day. Do the garland and do the tablecloth.
Bet you $100 no one would even notice.
He made a big deal out of this, and then see if he fucking notices, and then do it again for like, I don't know, something like St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
And see if they notice.
And I'll just be standing by my window, like pointing up to it.
You know, my kids will be home for spring break around St. Patrick's Day, which, just to be clear, we do not celebrate.
Yeah.
But I should get the clings for that. Oh, no, wait a minute. They'll be drunk somewhere at the parade. So never mind.
Yes,
they won't even notice.
You know, those are priorities, Amy. And I was telling Amy that I've been printing out all of like my photos from my camera roll and my Google Cloud because I wanted to have physical copies, which is just making me sit silently in my living room sobbing, looking at photos of my 7-year-old boys. And I'm going, where'd the time go? Where'd the time go?
I know. I can't even look at Time Hop, the app. I can't even look at it.
It's mean. It's a torturous, mean app.
Facebook memories? No. Fuck right off with that.
Sometimes I'll start to look and I'll be like, no.
Nope, can't do it. Oh, I have a hair on my face. Okay, let's talk about Landman.
Landman, yeah.
So I have mixed emotions coming into this.
Okay.
You guys know I was real hot last week.
Yeah, we were angry.
You were angry. And part of why I was angry, and I was thinking about this yesterday. Yesterday, I went for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
And no, it wasn't yesterday. Maybe it was the day before. The day I was having a real bad day.
Oh, was that Friday?
Maybe.
Thursday, Friday? Yeah.
And, you know, the world just felt heavy. There was a lot of nonsense going on in the news. Our Facebook group was getting a little heated. Like things were just getting crazy.
It was tight. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, I need an escape. And so I'm like looking through my podcasts and I found And Just Like What, which is a podcast I absolutely love. It's Ricky and Meredith, and they cover Sex and the City, but also And Just Like That.
Oh, yes.
And
yes,
they're hilarious.
They are really funny. Yes.
And so like, I'm like, oh my God, I need to listen to this. So I start listening. And then I'm like, this is what a reality TV or fun podcast should be. Mm-hmm. You go in, there's no politics. There's no like, hey guys, the world is falling, right?
Yeah.
So then I realized like my carrying on last week was not that, like people had to listen to me rant about politics, but I still defend myself and say that was Taylor Sheridan's fault.
That
100%. Was sort of why I was so angry is I had to respond to that.
I 100% agree.
So mad that he made me do that. And I know that sounds like I'm like kicking the can or shirking my responsibility or however you say it, but I can't let that like he made a political statement.
It was like shots fired, so I have to respond.
Yes. And whenever, you guys know I have a lot of faults, but one thing that I do is I will always defend the little guy. Mm-hmm. And I felt like it was a cheap shot at a marginalized community that is already feeling threatened, scared.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to speak up for that. So I apologize. This is my way of saying like, I apologize for my rant last week. I still stand by every word I said. But I apologize if you had to listen to it and you were like, oh God, I just wanted some fun Landman bullshit.
I think the problem is that we're both so passionate and we're both passionate about standing up for people.
Yeah.
And when we saw this, it was hard to see the funny in the show because that was so like upsetting.
Yes.
But
yes.
It is. I was talking to Steve about it and Steve was like, you and Amy do look at shows differently when you're recapping them because you're paying really close attention to everything so that you can share it with the community.
Right.
And he goes, that might be a disservice for you guys.
Right.
Because you're watching shows differently.
You're right. And there's also, he's exactly right, because there's also a certain responsibility. Like, I know our audience, and I know they're very conscientious people.
Mhm.
And I know that if I said nothing about that,
I could not say nothing.
that would have been a bigger disservice. More
Yeah.
people would have been upset with me if I had said nothing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today we're going to try to have a light conversation
And
about
I think we
Landman.
will. I think we will.
I think we will too.
Yeah.
This was where has this been?
We had to watch 9 hours to get to this.
I'm going to say this. 2 things are happening here. Is this episode better? 1,000 times.
Mhm.
Yes. But is the bar real low?
After last week? Yeah.
Yeah. And, I said to Timmy when we were done with this, I'm like, this made no sense. I
Mhm.
said, these characters are literally different people than they were last week.
Yes.
It's like 2 different people wrote these episodes.
I would agree.
I'm very confused. Did ChatGPT write last week or this week?
I want to hope and pray last week, but I think this week.
This episode was the Taylor Sheridan we are more familiar with.
Yes.
I don't know what last week was. I don't know if he heard something on The View, got real angry, and just took to his keyboard.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm glad to have this back.
Yeah. Side note, did you see a new Taylor Sheridan show is coming?
I
With
did.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Are we going to try it? Not covering it. Are we going to try watching it?
I'm going to try to watch it. I really do like Michelle Pfeiffer.
I do too.
From the stills that I've seen of the show, it looks very Yellowstone-esque. I think it's in Montana. I love a show set in Montana.
Okay, so it's the Madison, and Kurt Russell's in it. I was trying to think of who the guy was. Kurt Russell's the lead in it too. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'll try it, Becca. I'll try it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why not, right?
Why not? What else am I watching?
Everything. Murdoch.
I kind of when we were watching last night's episode, when Tommy was kind of making everything better, he goes, "Well, isn't this like a Murdoch?"
Very true. Very true. Old powder top there.
Yep.
Yes. So this episode works. I have a note here. This is Landman Season 2, Episode 10, Tragedy and Flies, which I have no idea what that means.
The titles are not titling this time.
The episode worked, I wrote, because we actually had like machinations within the oil plot line.
Yes.
Like, is Danny Morell in on this whole thing? Did he orchestrate this to have Tommy come back to him?
Yeah.
Like, there was actually interesting things.
Yeah. The plot made sense. It all moved together.
Yes. And it focused on that.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like the plot was, I listened to, what's that podcast? Is it The Watch or The Ringer? They do scripted shows.
Oh, okay.
I want to say it has a blue cover. Oh God. Here it is. The Watch.
The Watch.
So I listened to Watch. It's 2 guys. I don't know. I only listen to that once in a while, but I listened to them talk about Landman, and they brought up a really good point. They said one of the main problems with last week's episode, besides all the other stuff, is that these plots were given equal amounts of time. So you had Ainsley meeting her roommate given the same amount of time and depth as Arianna getting raped in an alley. Yeah. And like, that doesn't make sense.
I totally agree with that. Yes.
Right. So I felt like it was more balanced in this episode. Like,
yes,
the nonsensical stuff was very small. And the big stuff was important and gave it time.
And what we ended with from where we started in the beginning of the episode, all connected.
I agree.
It was a full circle. Like, there was nothing out of the blue. And we were like, why is that there? Everything made sense.
Yes. So we open with a nice scene, a music video, if you will.
Yeah.
And the song is Needle Fall Down by Charles Wesley Godwin. I don't know that person, but it was a good song.
I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah. Tommy and TL are having coffee. Tommy tells him he's been fired. Oh, I have to say something funny. So Timmy and I watch this together. And then Monday mornings, I watch it on my own where I do my notes, right? And I have an app on my browser that I can speed things up.
Oh, nice.
So I sped this up by like 1.2 or 1.3. And TL actually speaks at a normal cadence now.
And you can understand him.
Yes,
Oh, that's how you do it. Okay.
So Tommy says, I've been fired. And TL's like, what are you doing now? And he says, well, I have a meeting with Chevron. And it was so funny because I really related to this. He's like, I can find another ship to jump on, but I think I might want to do my own ship.
Yeah.
And TL is like, do you have enough money to retire? Because again, son, you're like 70.
Because we're the same age and we're going to be applying for Social Security together.
And Tommy's like, have you met my wife? Of course I don't have money. This will always be a Landman mystery. How much money does Tommy have? We don't know.
How he has mystery $10,000 in the safe, but yet he doesn't have a pot to piss in. Yeah.
Dale is in his feels about Tommy getting fired. A lot of Dale this episode.
There was. It was Dale heavy. Yes.
Dale heavy. And he offers to walk, but Tommy's like, no, we're good. And Dale's like, oh, loyalty these days. You don't see that over there. And Dale says, look, MTEX is going to be gone in a year without Tommy. Tommy now asks Nate to give him the contract for Cooper's leases. He's like, did you execute that? And Nate's like, no. And he's like, look, Cami doesn't even know about it. Give it to me. But Nate says, Nate,
I know.
He's got to play by the rules. Nerd,
he was so
nerd alert.
Yeah.
He's like, we already fronted the money for you for the drilling, which is like that $40 million. So I can't just make this contract go away.
Yeah.
So Tommy says, look, at the end of give me the day. I'm either going to hand you a check to cover that, or I'm going to hand you the contract back because, it won't work.
Yeah.
And so Nate's like, okay. And he's like, well, I just got called to Fort Worth. And Tommy's like, oh, she's probably going to make you president. Did we notice that Nate never leaves the kitchen?
No, his only places he roams is around the house.
Yes.
Somehow magically to the private plane.
Yeah.
And then magically he's in the office, but we've never seen him in a car.
I think he was very nervous to leave the kitchen because he hasn't done it just like I'm nervous to leave my house.
He was like holding his little cowboy hat in his hand, all scared.
Okay. Now Taylor Sheridan's gonna Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah.
And we see Cheyenne.
And Becca. I was like, I got so scared when I saw her in the kitchen. It was like, oh no, did they do it? Ew, gross.
I still think it's going there.
I don't.
But at least Tommy recognizes it's gross.
Yes.
And inappropriate.
Yes. At least there's 1 ounce of common sense in that brain.
Little Miss Recap will return in a moment. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support. So TL claims that her car died and they just slept together. Of course, he goes, I held a beautiful, it's been 50 years since I held a beautiful woman in my arms. How am I doing with Miss Elliott?
You could be his double next season. Like on soap operas when the character wasn't there that day.
Like
the character of TL will be played by Amy Archer.
Like Jane Lynch, is that her name? Jane Lynch. Was she from
Glee? Is
Glee?
Where I know her from.
Jane Lynch plays Steve Martin's body double in Only Murders in the Building, which is hilarious. So I wrote, this is gross. And then Dale is jumping her car and she's out there in full underwear.
Just some sparkly flip-flops. Yep.
Underwear, a tank top, like a crop top, and a thong and some flip-flops leaning over a car. And Tommy's like, put some fucking clothes on because men can't be responsible for leering at you and you're causing a disturbance in the neighborhood. And she's like, fuck them. She don't want them staring. She should give them something to stare at. Okay, all right. I could have done without this.
I could have done without that. That whole conversation. If you wanted to show her butt off again, just have her standing there. We don't have to have a conversation about it.
So stupid. Danny Morell and his wife Bella, totally up to something.
Oh, I knew it from the minute we saw them together. They're two snakes.
Yep. She's meeting Angela for lunch and he tells her, don't forget, answer questions with questions. And she's like, do you think she knows? So they know Tommy was fired.
They know, yeah.
Ariana's waking up. She's sore. The baby is fucking adorable. I want to steal that
That
baby.
little baby's so cute.
He almost like they let the camera just sit on him like he has something to say. And I'm here for it.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't get much screen time. He's got to make his paycheck.
I think he's like a judgmental baby. He's like looking at them like,
He's like, these fools are my parents. Great.
can I have my dad back?
Take me back to Abuela's.
So Cooper says to her, look, if you want to work, that's fine. But I don't want you going back to the bar. And I thought Cooper was good in this scene.
Yes. I love how he was like, you weren't married. You weren't working when you were married before. You're going to be married to me. We'll figure it out. I'll take care of you. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. He's like, if you want to work, I want you to work because you find something you love or you're passionate about.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be to pay the electric bill or the rent. I will pay those or the mortgage or whatever. So then he says, and I thought this was fantastic. I was surprised, Taylor Sheridan. He says, we have to go to the police department and press charges so he doesn't do this again. And she goes, after what you did to me or what you did to him, he's never going to do this again. And he goes, not to you, but he will do it again.
Yep.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Except wouldn't they have still been at the police department? They would have went straight from the alley to the police department.
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I think it's complicated. I think sometimes women need to go home, maybe get a good night's sleep in their bed, feel safe, then go.
Yeah,
because
that's the key. They need to feel safe.
I think the difference is that she wasn't actually raped. I think and it's sad that we have to know this, but the key when you are raped is to get to the hospital and get a rape kit done almost DNA. Immediately. So I think maybe that's the difference there. I'm not
did it. So,
I'm not 100% sure. Becca, the reaction when I saw Ainsley on my screen, I tensed up. I was like, oh, fuck. No, come on. This is a good episode. What are we doing?
Don't ruin it.
But you know what? They gave her 10 minutes out of the hour and 10, I think this was. They give her 10 minutes. Fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Give us 10. She arrives at cheer practice. She's fallen behind. Her friends are like, oh my God, this only gets worse. Now, there are going to be people who say, there's no way cheerleading camps act this way. Yes, they do.
They do. Yeah,
they do.
Most sport camps, you are playing 1% sport, 90% working out, training your body, preparing to play the sport. Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. Then I see Peg and I'm like, oh no.
And then I was like, when I saw her though, and I was like, oh, she's sports therapy. Like,
I'm just going to correct you to they, them, because I don't want anybody
I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. My apologies.
Fine.
I apologize.
No, that's fine.
When they came walking up, I was like, oh, sports therapy. This is why they were in the same dorm together.
Yes.
This all makes sense to me.
My kids, when they played soccer, they had people like this. Like they had college students who were training, and they were like, they always had like an actual trainer. But then they had under their supervision a couple students.
Yeah. My niece played softball in college. And most of the people that were working on them, quote unquote, were students who were being trained because that's part of their degree. It's hands-on training. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So they tape up Ainsley's ankles. So Pagan is like, your ankles are weak. Come on over here. I'll help you. They tape up her ankles. They give her some good advice. And I wrote, in other words, Pagan is of use to Ainsley now. So now Pagan is okay. Sure. We'll let that one slide.
There was a like, hey, it was kind of like, okay.
But I would argue like, we'll get to it.
Okay.
So at the police station, Arianna's being photographed and questioned. This was tough.
It was tough because there's been many women have to had to stand there,
and how objectified they feel. And
and it's you're feeling shame because this happened to you, unfortunately. Yeah.
So Cooper is then brought in, and they are told that the guy died.
Yeah.
And we knew that surveillance footage was going to come into play.
Yeah.
So he hit this guy 17 times. And the
Whoa.
argument here is, and I've talked a lot on my murder podcast about stand your ground laws,
Mm-hmm.
but they vary state to state. I can't imagine that Texas doesn't have a stand your ground law. I'm sure they do.
I would
But
bet on it.
The sort of what it hinges on, if you're using it correctly, is if you are in immediate danger.
Yes.
And so they're trying to say, like, this guy was not a threat to you because you punched him. Like, after the third blow, he would have not been.
You should have stopped. Yes.
I feel like this is coming down from somewhere because I can't see this happening this way. And maybe I'm naive, but
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Texas is a little more conservative.
Yes.
I think they're gonna watch the whole video and not really come down this hard on Cooper, but I could be wrong.
It felt, and one of the detectives made the comment like, you either should have killed him with your gun or you should have stopped after 3 hits type of thing. So that was pretty interesting of like how they define the law. Like it's either all or nothing. Like,
yes, that was a good point. I forgot about that. Yeah. So Arianna's boss from the Patches called in, and she's kind of putting together what's going on here.
Yes.
And so he tells her to call a lawyer. So she calls Rebecca, who has her shut down Cooper's questioning right away.
I loved this scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She heads over there. She calls Tommy on the way to fill him in.
Mm-hmm.
And she says to Tommy, I need you to call in all the favors you have. So he calls Walt and starts screaming at him.
Yes.
Poor Walt.
Poor Walt. He's always getting screamed at by Tommy.
So at lunch now, Bella tells Angela that Tommy was fired, and Angela's visibly upset.
Mm-hmm.
She gets up, she leaves the table, she calls Tommy. They have an appropriate adult conversation where you actually see Angela as a grown-up.
Yes. I was like, finally, we get to see her as like a character and not a character.
Yes. He asks her to trust him to solve this. And then he says, this is not 2008. I'm not going to drink my problems away. This was all perfect.
You saw their relationship.
Yes.
You saw like how like she remembers the bad time.
Yep.
And why she had to leave him. And it was made them whole people. And we haven't seen her be whole.
And you see a real connection between them.
Yes. The
you're
history.
You're like, oh, these two, just by him anticipating her anxiety about it, acknowledging it, I'm like, these two have a real connection. Taylor Sheridan, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Do you think he slipped this to like his girlfriend or something, and she just kind of did a quick
took a red pen to it and she's like, listen, last week was horrible. Next time, let me see all the scripts before you send them. Finally, a woman's voice.
So he's driving down the highway and he's like, God, what else are you going to give me? And almost is killed in a wild wreck. Like, I felt like this was too much.
Yes,
like,
but that's a Taylor Sheridan moment.
Yeah,
there's always
and it was
too much.
It didn't hurt anybody, but I was like, okay, that's a little too on the nose there.
Here's the thing: Taylor Sheridan had some extra bucks in the budget, and he's like, you know what we need? Explosions. Men love explosions.
100%. Okay, I want to talk about this next scene. Rebecca gets to the station.
Oh, I love this one too.
They're watching the surveillance footage, only showing the part where Cooper's beating, ignoring that Arianna is lying laying right behind him.
Yes,
like half dead.
She's like a limp doll, just like laying there. Yeah.
Rebecca says, back that up 30 seconds to show that she basically wants to show the assault on Arianna. She goes ham on these detectives. Amy, what are you in the 50s here? Okay, so I have a couple. This scene was good, but I have a couple critiques of it as always.
Okay.
Number one, why do we choose to acknowledge or tackle the idea of police brutality with a detective of color? I thought was a real odd choice, but whatever. Hey, whatever. It's fine. I'm sure there's, police brutality all around, enough to go around. So she kind of threatens this guy, right? So that was like my first, okay, that's a choice, but whatever. We're going to let that go. But the second thing is, the scene got so repetitive. So she would give like these amazing one-liners, like boom, and then you expect her to leave.
Yeah.
But it's like, and another thing. she
did kind of just kept repeating her. Well, sometimes it takes men a minute to understand.
And then she like gets Cooper to leave. And then she goes into Walt's face and it's,
yeah.
And then you think she's done and she's going to walk out. But no, then she goes over to the other detective and she's in his face. And you think, okay, you're like it. And Timmy turned to me. He's going, is this going on too long? Like it was a pacing thing. I'm like, yes, it's going on too long.
I wonder if it was different takes of the scene and then they just kind of edit, like, how do we want to play this? And then they edit it into one.
And I'm just being nitpicky writer here. It was a good scene and I enjoyed it.
But it did go on a bit. Okay. Yeah. She needed a dramatic walkout right after.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then I wrote, so she calls Tommy and she tells him what happened. And I wrote, okay, this should be done. This should be done now.
Yep.
We don't need Tommy to go back to the police department and do the same exact thing.
We get it.
That she did. Like, that's it. Rebecca handled it. It's done. Tommy knows what happened. Like, the only thing that should happen now is Tommy gets a call later. And Walt says,
taken care of.
It's going to bed. But no. So now at cheerleading camp, some high school boys show up to oogle the girls and they start making fun of Pagan, like Taylor Sheridan did last week.
Yeah. Like, hey.
And Ainsley dresses. So then I'm like, okay, Taylor Sheridan. So what is it? Which is it? Because last week you had Angela do this whole monologue to Ainsley that these people are just miserable at themselves and they just want to take everybody else down and da-da-da. And this week, like you have a staunch defense of Pagan. So I was really confused.
Well, that's because she was nice to her. She needs her. She taped up her ankles. So, you're not so bad because you're here on the team and you're helping me. We're friends now.
I guess. So Ainsley dresses them down and she says to them, and I thought this was a good line. She says, girls like us don't date boys like you.
I liked that.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Oh, and you have a small dick because, she is her mother's daughter.
Yes. Yes.
So Pagan now approaches Ainsley. They talk about music and they decide to give each other another chance and bathe the ferret together. I thought this was a good scene. This was a good scene.
Yeah, it felt like a natural conversation between two college students
who don't know each other.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you. What did you think of Angela's reaction to this?
Typical Angela, of course. I thought she was going to sob more. She was going to scream more, like into the void and hold her steering wheel. But, I'm surprised she didn't say something nasty just because it's a Taylor Sheridan show.
Right. And when she said, like, are you sure you're going to work this out with your roommate? Like, you guys are pretty different. But then she's like, you're all grown up. I'm like, yes, this is the behavior you should be encouraging your child to have.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the end, was I happy that Pagan got their redemption?
I don't want to call it a redemption
I don't want to call it a
arc,
redemption because they didn't do anything wrong.
It was a redemption arc, but they didn't do anything wrong. Yeah.
Right,
we got to see that. We got to see that story close up and like, okay, it's good. They're learning from each other now.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And again, this should have happened last week so that you could have left it on that note instead of for 1 week letting everybody in social media kind of do a victory lap about how Taylor Sheridan's taken down the queer community. Do you know what I mean?
I think instead of the pool scene of them all drinking.
Yeah, it should have been this.
It should have been, because we knew they were going to the pool. We didn't need to see it.
See, we could write this.
And then it would have been, then we would have raged and then closed up our rage and we wouldn't have been rageful all week.
Right. Yes. So, okay, now we have the scene with Cami and we're at Cami's office and she reveals she found all of Monty's missing records. They were in the basement in hard copy and Nate's like, oh yeah, that's so he could avoid prosecution or civil litigation. He could destroy evidence this way. And he says he does understand why Monty did this, but he didn't agree with it. And she says, well, a president should have an opinion, Nate.
Oh, God.
And Nate's like, well, I'm here to resign. Womp womp.
Yeah.
He says, Monty didn't design this company to outlive him. Read those files and you'll understand.
Yeah.
He designed it to be sold, and we can help you with this. Let us sell this thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think she's going to sell? Or is she going to be Tommy's arch nemesis next season?
I think it's going to be Tommy's arch nemesis. I think M-Tech is going to fail, though. That's, and I don't want to see her destitute. How is she going to live?
Well, like they said, she will never be destitute because she already has, what, $112 million in a trust or something like that?
Oh, then here's the thing that I don't get with her character.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't
she whispers.
She didn't care about this company.
I know. She cared that it,
brought in her money.
Gave her a good life.
But
let's put it that way.
She was never, we didn't see her wanting to be a businesswoman. And now all of a sudden she does?
Well, and if we knew more about Monty, like I feel like he was portrayed so one-dimensional. Like we know nothing about Monty to know if this was Monty's passion. We don't know.
Yeah.
I never got the sense that he was crooked, but I guess he was. I don't know.
He was like Charlie and Charlie's Angels. We just saw him on the telephone,
all the time.
Yeah. Like, get up here,
So Tommy meets with a friend trying to get him to invest. And the dude says, I can't do this. Like, my company's publicly traded. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Then we get a real close up of Billy Bob Thornton's face. Like, the camera just kind of hovers on every pore of
and then he takes like an aspirin or something. And I'm like, oh God, is Tommy going to have a heart attack? I was kind of worried that it was building up the tension that he was going to have a heart attack.
Timmy said the same thing.
Yeah.
So he calls Morel and says, I need to see you. And they meet. And Danny's on the fence, playing it cool.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy tells him in great detail, and this was a good scene.
It was.
About how he will lose his investment with Cami and he'll make a ton of money with him. He asks him, all I'm asking you is to honor your original deal with Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good scene, guys.
It
told us a lot about the industry. I was really into it. Like, this is what I watched this show for.
And it brought that story to a full circle. We know what, they didn't want the money. Now they need the money. They got the money. They're moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Little Miss Recap will return in a moment. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support. So he gives him the $44 million to pay back M-Tech's.
Wouldn't you just love to write a check for 44?
Check.
Can you write a check for $44 million?
And if I was Tommy, I'd be making sure those checks cleared before I start making promises.
I'd want that in a briefcase full of money.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then he also gives him another $18 million and he's like, I need a name, Tommy. So Tommy forms his company right there on the spot. It's CTT, Oil Exploration and Cattle.
Cattle. I was like, and I love when he goes, and cattle? And he's like, listen, I'm running on fumes here. I don't know what I'm doing. Just write the check.
He's like, I needed an LLC that I knew wouldn't be taken.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I have a question for you. Was this Morel's plan all along? And also, why does Andy Garcia look so good with his glasses on?
I think he's a good-looking older gentleman.
He is.
Yes.
He is. But did Morel orchestrate this, Becca?
I feel like, yes. Like, he knew that he knows they both need him. And I think he turned them against each other. I think.
Yeah, he was really stabbing and, jabbing open that wound between them and opening it up because he kept putting it in Tommy's head that Cami didn't trust him.
Yep. And, that whole conversation when he had with Cami at the restaurant where he was like, I'm not going to do business with you. I'm going to do business with, he called Tommy a hawk, I believe. He's like, I'm a snake. Tommy's a hawk. And he, I want to play with him, not you.
Yeah.
Which I think put in her ear that she wasn't good enough and Tommy was going to, it all.
He's up to no good.
And I think next season it's going to be, I think he's going to be no good. Yeah.
You don't go from having your gang, your thugs, as he called them, like doused Tommy in gasoline, threatened to light him on fire and almost shoot him, to, oh, I love you, you're a good guy, let me invest in your company.
When he's twins,
still that same guy.
Yeah.
It's gonna come up.
And, he's still in the drug cartel. He's still moving drug money, whether he wants to put on that suit and play businessman or not.
Mm-hmm. So he hands him the check and he says, if you lose this or you fuck me, I will take everything you care about.
Yeah.
And I wrote, this is what I'm talking about. This is what we need, Taylor Sheridan. Thank you.
Thank you for threatening him with his life.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. So now Tommy gets on the plane. He hands the check to Nate to make MTEX whole. And Nate's like, I was hoping this is what you were going to do.
Yeah.
So the contract is dead. So that never went through.
Done.
Angela's on the plane. And again, they have a nice talk.
I loved this conversation.
Yes. He's so sweet to her. He understands her.
He's like, you want every dinner to be memorable. You want everything to be an experience. And
every night to be a honeymoon. I wrote, is she a Libra?
Am I her? And Steve and I did think, he goes, oh, is he going to set something up where that night it's a dinner scene and it's either a wedding or he's going to ask her to marry her?
That would have been cute if he did the dinner.
Yeah, because he brought it up. And so we were like, do you think, is he going to ask her to marry him again or get married or something? But
I really thought we were going to have a proposal this episode. Mm-hmm. So, pointless repetitive scene with Tommy now going down to the police station saying the exact same shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Womp womp.
Then he does go to Cooper's and he has a good scene with him where he tells him, look, because Cooper's feeling real guilty about killing this guy. And Tommy says to him, look, you need to put this behind you. Yeah. He didn't value her life and now he doesn't have a life. And that's all this is. But I'm like, this kid is still this is gonna weigh on Cooper. And that's why we like Cooper.
Yes.
He's a boy with a conscience.
Is Cooper the Grim Reaper though? Because a lot of people die around him.
Is Cooper 17? Because he looks it.
He looks very young, yes.
He looks younger than Ainsley.
He probably is. He's actually 12.
Okay. So Tommy now gathers everyone at the well and he announces, we are forming an oil company. It's called CTT and Cooper's the president. Tommy is the senior vice president. Dale is the landman. Rebecca's chief counsel. Nate is the treasurer. Boss is going to oversee the cruise. I don't know why those other two guys were there. They get no position.
Yeah. They're just same position they have now.
TL is going to supervise drilling. He's going to put 25% of the profits in a pot and everybody gets to draw from that.
Yeah.
I'm like, everybody, I hope the board doesn't. He didn't make it seem that way. He made it sound like the employees.
Yeah, like everybody, that's how they're going to get paid. Yeah.
Oh, and Arianna's going to be a secretary because she's the woman.
Yeah. And I did like how she was like, hey, I don't want to be the secretary.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And he is making Becca chief counsel, thank God.
And is Cheyenne just going to be...
I just said Becca, Rebecca.
Is Cheyenne just the driver?
Let's talk about the Cheyenne of it all. So I have here that she catches some strays about being a stripper because he tells TL, you just have to operate things with the joystick, and he's like, I don't have experience. And Tommy goes, just ask Cheyenne. She's handled a few.
That's so rude.
I'm like, wow. Okay. And everybody's kind of like, wow. Okay.
Like, I did love when they were driving to the oil field and Tommy tells Cooper, call Cheyenne, look her up. It's probably under stripper. And then Cooper goes, stripper butterfly, stripper, like
that was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. He's going there for work. Business. So he goes home and we have this beautiful scene. The sun is setting.
Beautiful.
Angela's calm. She's serene. She's acting like an adult. She's looking at the horses. She says she used to have horses when she was little, I think. And she, she enjoys watching. I was like, please don't tell me the horses get her horny. Please. Please.
Well, it did because.
So I thought the proposal was happening, right?
Yeah.
So Tommy starts with this monologue and he's like, look, honey. Dark days are ahead of us. I don't know if it's going to be me if it's going to be cancer, if I'm going to be disfigured in an auto accident, if I'm going to lose all feel. I'm like, please tell me this is not her proposal.
She's like listing all these things that could happen. It's like, ooh.
But then he kind of goes, all those days are heavens, but not today, Satan. Like today's good. We win. And she's like, you're always a winner. You just don't see it. And now she's like, I'm going to go take a bath and you're invited to watch.
Yeah.
And that's where the season ends.
Bubbles make me horny.
Yes. Yeah. That's where the season ends.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
It was.
It was a good episode.
It was good. There were a couple episodes I didn't need to have. Like after the episode was done, Steve turned to me and goes, so what happened with that big rig accident?
We don't know.
Nope.
But the nugget here that he has is the drama around Morel playing Cami and Tommy against each other.
Yes.
That could have been a tight narrative the entire season. Then you could have had like small subplots, but that are heavily still tied in.
Yes.
No, nothing. Like you could have had Angela becoming friends with Bella. That was good. Like, because what's going to happen there? Do you know what I mean? Like, I thought that was interesting.
Because I don't think Bella's going to be able to manipulate Angela, though.
I don't know. Well, it's so funny because I couldn't remember Bella's name, right? And I'm like, I wrote Bella and I'm like, wait, that's not her name. That's what Angela always just says, Bella, because she's Italian. I'm like, oh dear God, he named her Bella. Of course he did. Of course he did.
Oh, and then did you see the ending credits?
Yeah, one of the nursing home OGs died.
Oh, so sad.
If I never see that nursing home again, it'll be too soon.
I don't need the nursing home. I could, dare I say, I could have less Angela next season.
Think about how amazing it would have been if you had Angela meet with Bella, right? And they're talking and they have a serious conversation like two adult women. And Angela's like, I've really been struggling. Cooper's gone. I got divorced. Ainsley's going away to school. I'm trying to fill my life with things. Like I'm trying this nursing home thing and that brings me joy, but like, it's not enough. And, I just don't know. I'm trying to fill this void that I'm feeling. Like, imagine if they had that conversation.
Yeah.
That could give us like some insight into who Angela is as a person. Like she loves life and she just wants to do fun things, but like, she's at a crossroads.
Her life is changing and it's not as fun anymore. And she's having a hard time with that.
And I thought it would have been great if she was out at the rig announcement with Tommy.
Why wasn't she there?
I don't know. I wanted her to be.
It almost felt like she wasn't available for this episode. Like she had something else she had to film. So she was on the phone. She was in the car.
How great would she have been? Like they could have been like, you could do all the marketing. She'd be great at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like she designs the booth for OilCon or whatever the fuck it is. And she's like, I got to get some strippers and some beer and,
Cheyenne,
whatever.
Let's go.
Yeah. I do have a little bit of trivia that I didn't realize is that Rebecca was pregnant this season.
Oh.
So that's why she's wearing those loose fitting, always in a suit.
Okay.
She
I love
like
that for
in
her.
the beginning of the season, we see her when she's with Mullet and or Wolverine, and she's like got a little crop top on and stuff. That was shot very early. That's another thing. They shot them out of order.
Yes, I read that. So first season, they had all the episodes written before they filmed, and they filmed them in exact order. This season, they were all over the place in their filming.
And it shows.
And they weren't getting scripts until very kind of last minute at times.
It shows. It was a mess. You can give us, look, this season finale, it was good. It's not Taylor Sheridan's best work.
No.
He's done, believe it or not, if you're new to Landman, he has done way better than this.
Way better than this.
This was good compared to the rest of this season.
Yes.
I'll watch season 3. I said, I in a rage, I said we were not covering it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I may change my mind on that.
See.
We'll see. But I'm going to watch it and hold out hope that he can turn the ship around and give us the oil stuff we want.
And it may have been he has an idea and he had to get us to them. We had to get to this episode, but he didn't know how to get us there.
We have a good setup for season 3.
We do.
I don't know what they're doing with Cooper and Arianna. I did see one of the creators on TikTok was talking about like what a good actress Arianna is, if you really pay attention to her, and how underutilized she was. Like her storyline is literally like all tragedies happen to me.
It is, yeah.
So I would like to see her take her money and do something with it.
Yeah, maybe she's going to be an investor in the company.
Something.
There is a very good article. It's pretty heavy though, because it is about her scene last episode. She sat down, I think it's with Variety. Yeah, I'll double check that. Talking about the scene and how Taylor Sheridan sat down with her. They spoke about this scene, and there were multiple intimate coordinators there. And how it was shot. And she talks about how your brain knows you're acting, but your body doesn't.
Oh, interesting.
And there's nothing you can do to tell your body you're not in danger. And talking about filming that scene and how emotionally, like how it kind of caused a little trauma for her. And she had to go to therapy afterwards and like talk about the fear that she felt. It's a very, very good article. And I really kind of started to like the actress as a person because I don't know who she is.
We don't know her. We don't know her character either.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be interesting. I'll have to read that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
It's really fascinating. Yeah.
All right, I also got tricked by AI this week though.
You did?
Yeah, with Landman, because there was like AI art interviews going around. And it took me a minute. I didn't even realize it was AI. It was really good, saying that Billy Bob Thornton was upset with this season, especially where it was going and blah, 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 blah.
He's not.
He has come out and said, that's some bullshit. I love this season.
Yeah. All right. And again, this type of episode is the kind of episode we can laugh at and we can enjoy.
Yes.
We don't want to be punching down.
No.
So don't give us any more of that, Taylor Sheridan. No. Yeah. All right, Becca, thank you. That's it for Landman, guys.
Oh, thanks for going on the journey with us, 25 of you.
We did it.
We did. We're here, the finish line. Woohoo!
If you enjoy Becca and I together, you can always listen to our Suddenly Amish, which is going to be on Patreon starting this week. We're enjoying that with Jim Jones, the local leader.
I love it, actually.
And James, the complete agent of chaos.
He came on the show just to abuse people.
He is an angry howdy doody.
Yes.
He really is. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Becca. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.